listening to Plan B Podcast. The opinions expressed and shared on this podcast are of our own. Welcome to planb.sg.
Stop this right here.
Welcome to planb.sg. I'm Zari Ismail.
And I'm Dharma.
And I'm Rahman.
Thank you to our listeners who has followed us on YouTube and also avid listeners of our podcast. To our new listeners, thank you once again.
Yes.
Please click the subscribe button on YouTube because when you subscribe, we get bigger following.
You basically tell the algorithm push us.
Yeah, and
Yes.
also with bigger following, we get bigger guests. Not
Yes.
saying our guests on the show not big already. A lot of big guests.
True.
And
But it's also a pat on our backs.
yeah, and also thank you for all of your suggestions in the kind of topics that we want to delve
yes.
deep about. And today in particular,
Yes.
are from the suggestions of our listeners.
We are stressed out because it's a heavy topic.
You should see how Zah was actually
Yeah.
like, leading up to this. Like he's been stressed out about this.
Yeah. For days.
No, because I value a sense, my sense of community. I like the peace.
You like
Yes.
the
You know, I'm approaching 40.
I thought we learned
5 years ago,
You love chaos. We thought
5
you
years
love
ago,
chaos.
I would have like, let's jump on this.
okay.
And as I
Yeah.
grow older, I have kids, and I'm thinking like, do we want to do this? Like, but let's do this. You know, discussions are important.
Yes.
Okay.
Reason discussions are also important. Every individual groups have their own feelings and also
Okay, let's stop
opinions.
teasing already.
Yeah.
What
okay,
is
set
it?
the backdrop you.
Okay, so I received DMs from our listeners about this movie called Salam Gembira.
Okay.
And I said, can you, Darren, and also Rahman talk about this? I said, us talk about this. We haven't
Why?
watched the film.
What's so special
Well,
about this
you
movie?
haven't watched the
Yeah,
film.
so I clicked on some link and then there were a lot of comments on Salam Gembira.
Okay.
And then there were some actors that I recognize.
Okay.
Like Rafan Hamza inside.
No.
You know,
Let's not go there.
Why you don't-
Never mind. Move on. Then.
Okay.
yeah, so then after I saw the comments, like, wow, people are saying that, let's just be honest, the comments are saying, oh, this film promoting LGBTQ out in the open lah. Now we got a Malay film that talks about it in the open. What's going to happen to our kids, yada, yada, yada. So I forward the link to
Yes.
in the
yes,
WhatsApp group.
Yes.
And we tasked Darren to watch the film.
Yes.
So Darren, you
Which I
watched,
happily did.
you watched the film.
I did actually. I
You
watched
like
the
art
film.
movies.
and I felt
all
we
that,
need,
huh?
Yeah.
I felt we need someone to actually watch the film to understand what's happening.
Yes.
So,
So,
what
yeah.
is the movie about?
Okay, so I mean, first of all, Salam Gembira. I'm not actually sure if it should be classified as a Malay film. First of all, but you know, because it was in English.
Okay.
Of course, there's a very heavy Malay theme, lah. Because a lot of the actors were Malay. The characters were Malay, but you know, I think it was a Singaporean film
Okay.
because it spoke to a lot of Singaporean themes, lah, and issues.
Mm.
But like the film was actually quite funny.
Okay.
That's the main thing that kind of. I mean, as a casual observer,
You
think, oh, it's
resonate
funny.
to the humor of the film.
No, it wasn't just me, dude. Like the whole theater was laughing at like certain scenes that you know, like, and it's a Malay humor. Like I'm pretty sure if you were there, you would have loved it.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the humor scenes, like you would have gotten it.
Okay.
Synopsis of the movie? Are we allowed to?
Yeah. So the synopsis.
Wait, is it still showing or
I think it is. Right.
it's still
Yeah.
is showing? So you cannot drop.
Spoiler alert
cannot
lah, but
put
yeah.
any spoiler alert.
Okay, like I'm gonna just summarize
The
this
setting,
in-
yeah.
So like the plot, basically, it is the shenanigans that follow when a Malay man who's living with his Dutch girlfriend, like without marrying,
Okay.
So cohabiting.
cohabiting with his Dutch girlfriend in the
Okay.
Netherlands.
There was no uproar about that.
Well,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
technically that's
That
wrong.
one
as well,
accepted
right?
already,
No,
is
but
it?
that's part of the plot actually. Like
Okay. Oh,
because
okay.
it is also haram, like considered haram.
okay.
So that's why he scrambles to try to like convince his parents that he's just living with a roommate, like a guy roommate.
Okay.
But then it leads to misunderstandings that you know, like this guy, like their son is gay or whatever,
Okay.
and then the shenanigans ensue.
Okay.
So like that's kind of like the abridged version of the whole thing. But actually, like you know, we have the producer of the movie
Nice.
with us actually in the studio.
Please introduce him.
Yeah, so let me introduce both of our very interesting guests tonight.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have Remy M. Sali, who is the producer of Salam Gembira, as
Yeah.
well as an independent filmmaker with Studio 59.
Welcome, Remy.
Nice.
Thank you for coming
Welcome.
up.
And
Yeah.
we also have Mr. Khair,
Yeah.
who is a family advocate and the founder of Sushi Success.
Nice.
And I mean, I'm pretty interested because as far as I know, the two of you might have pretty differing views
Yes.
on some issues.
Potentially polarized.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Let's
First of all, Remy, congrats on the film.
Oh, thank you.
Like it's screening in projector, right?
No. It is screening in Film Guard.
Oh, okay.
Malaysia
premiered at
partner.
projector.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Nice.
And how long will the whole screening be?
Yeah, up till now, like I know, we have already confirmed another week of screening. So it's going to actually be played for now till the 17th of July.
Okay,
which
nice.
is-
Did you anticipate the comments, given by netizens? Is this something as a filmmaker, when you create art, is that to be expected?
Yes, of course. Yeah, because when we started it out, right? Okay, we actually thinking, do we really want to actually get into this? Not. Yeah, because right, yeah, we know that it is it's explosive, but we know also that it has to be done. Yeah, because when the repeal of 377 came about, right? Yeah, so then we began to actually see like very to actually put it very, very bluntly, very nasty messages.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
by people, but they are, of course, they're not going into like attacking anybody in particular, but in general, and it's very, very disconcerting. Okay, because I saw, and these are the people whom I know, yeah, whom I actually work with.
So what
yeah.
what was one such message that kind of stuck with you?
Yeah, the one that really say, okay, I think we need to actually do something about this is when I saw this, this comic.
Okay.
One column says, has this very, very poorly drawn guy crying.
Yeah.
So love is love. Why can't you accept me?
Okay.
Okay.
Then the second one is like, this, a bit more, I dare say, religious garb, kind of thing. And they say, water is water. Why don't you drink from the toilet?
Alamak.
Yeah. So that for me is going like, when the 377A repeal came about, right? Okay, does that allow everybody to actually show how Muslim you are, and how male, how macho you have to be to actually show like that? Yeah, do we have to go there? So that is where we actually say, right? Coincidentally, we were actually just exploring an idea of about doing this movie about this guy who's actually mistakenly as being mistaken as gay, by the parents, and but that was supposed to actually be done much later.
Okay.
And when we actually started to actually do it, to actually just do pre-production, so called. Yeah, we haven't even had the script or anything yet.
Yeah.
And then when 2 months when we started, then suddenly the 377 repeal came about. So we just go, okay, yeah, this is weird. Okay, yeah. So but then we said okay, you know what? Yeah, if you want to actually do a movie like this, it has to be now.
Now's the time.
Yes.
I see.
Okay.
I would like to ask Mr. Hare on this, like the premise of which this movie is screened, possibly is also available to the public to watch. Would that be a concern, or should this be technically a private screening away from people?
I think it is a concern. I got quite a number of guys who asked me, even some very senior asatiza.
Okay. Okay.
What are their concerns like?
One question came to me was this cleared in the first place?
Clear.
And the rating was R21, right?
R21, yes.
So when I thought it's R21, it's out there. Yes, it's out there. So some expect that to be shown only within private circles.
I see.
But now it's there, out there. So it's quite a shock to some. Okay. In fact, many find it quite disturbing.
If I can ask, what are they afraid of? What are they concerned about?
Okay,
like a movie such as this.
It is not just the movie per se.
Okay.
Okay, since you mentioned about Repeal 377A, they see this as some so-called follow-ups or steps ensuing 377A to normalize certain value systems, lifestyle choices. Is the word is normalization. To make it acceptable. To make it something, it's just one of those things that we do in Singapore. Something so-called common. So nothing to frown upon. And
Right.
so many see that in that like that movie, this movie in that like it is part of the normalizing of something not so common in our life, especially among Malays and Muslims.
I see.
And even recently, Pergas came up with some kind of guidance. Pergas. And of course, being a family advocate, I do get a chance to actually engage asatizas and staff and families that kind of stuff in this area. I've been doing this for many years.
I see.
So that's why when the movie came out, of course, people do express their concern. What more with 377A no longer on the scene? That one have another issue. I say it with a different light.
It's a different podcast.
It's a whole different podcast.
Yeah. Okay, but I think when you look at the overall landscape, they see this to be another effort.
So
Especially
it's like
to the
another
young.
threat coming in.
Probably they see
Different interpretations.
This is not so much of a threat, but the way I look at it is actually it is almost some feedback I got is this is a subtle way of actually getting people to okay what.
So I'm going to stop you right there and go back to Remy. In the initial thoughts of making this film, was it a way to kind of like, was there a sense of an agenda to push, or technically it was something already written for quite some time? You had this in the works and you wanted to act on it, and possibly now's the right time.
And on top of that, right, like, because I mean, here you did mention about how Asatiza came to you with concerns. But I mean, when I spoke with you, Remy, you also mentioned how you also spoke with Asatiza.
Oh, share with us.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, because you know, for us, for us filmmakers, right? You know, under Studio 59 concepts, right? Okay, we are pro-race, pro-language, and pro-religion. Yeah, that's first and foremost.
Okay.
So what we do, right, is that we do not want to actually put some one aspect down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to actually to be provocative, or controversial, without by no means unnecessary like that.
Right.
So when we do this, right, we actually put in very, very simple fact. Do we have a story to tell, and how impactful can we actually do as a Malay-Muslim filmmaker? That's for me.
Right.
Because Malay-Muslim filmmakers are far and few in between.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And in Singapore itself, right? This year alone, we have about it's quite a bumper crop of films coming up, like over 20 local films.
Nice.
Yeah, but there's not even one which is centers about the Malay community.
Okay.
or Muslim one. So we have a responsibility in a way, because the film so-called the film format, right? Yeah, is something that we can actually get something more out of the usual fare from Surya, if you have to say. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So our point is, then we can actually come out with some things that will have otherwise been swept under the carpet.
So
Right.
your purpose is to spark discussion.
Yes, we want to actually normalize open dialogue respectfully. And that has always been our agenda, if you don't say so ourselves.
The choice of cast, some of them are Surya actors as well, recognizable figures. And possibly, do you think that could have also sparked the initial chatter online? Well, I've seen these people before. Why are they now in this film?
Exactly, yeah, because we do have a lot of challenges when we did the casting call. Yeah, the cast that you see is not the original cast.
Huh? Okay.
Yes, because when we actually explained the concept and everything like that, right? They love the concept, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I had a clause for them, which is to actually please check with your family first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that is when they say, they were actually ready to go. They said, I would just say, please take one day to actually just talk to them. And then they came back and then they just said, you know what? I talk to my family, and then they had to actually they had to withdraw.
Oh.
Yeah. So and it came to a point, where we said, you know what, our other producer, Pakin, just said, we just have an open call, casting call, and see what we can actually get out of there. Okay, and that is when I have to actually give a shout out to all my cast, because I'm also a producer, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So when we actually did that, we know what we're actually putting them under.
True.
True. That's right. Yeah, because we feel like we are actually putting them under a lot of judgment. Yeah, to be actually even be acting in our movie. So I got an audition submission by Rafa'at to play the father role.
Okay.
I really, really thought he was trolling us,
Okay.
because I was going like that. He was going like, hey, how can he actually be interested in
I
us?
need
Because
some
I don't
context. Sorry,
even.
Rafat is
It's a known figure in the Malay acting scene.
very high profile, is it?
Used to be high profile. No, I mean I'm honest.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Yeah. Now
But a
we
big name
see
lah, big name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big name. Yeah. Local scene.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry,
And,
sorry.
and I have a lot of respect for Rafat.
Yeah.
And I've actually been in the industry for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
And we have yet to actually really collaborate.
Mm.
So when Rafat actually auditioned for it, and we really felt that he was really suitable for the role. Yeah, he actually explained why he actually took up the role.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to represent the typical Malay father who is actually been put under this kind of stress, this
Pressure.
kind of pressure. Yes, when when faced with with a child of his who is potentially gay. Yeah. So what kind of mindset, what kind of expects that we have to actually go
Emotions that
through.
you'll go through lah.
Yeah, so that is why there are a lot of our cast come in. They are not pro LGBTQIA plus.
Oh,
They're not.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually say they say like that. But
Yeah, they say it publicly. Yeah.
Yeah, but they do have friends who are from the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is where they want to actually put a voice to what they can actually portray. Yeah, and I really really feel very very blessed and thankful that they can actually.
So just to ask, the screening of the film, how many people came? How many people actually?
The screening of the film, world premiere. The world premiere, the projector is full house. Full house, yeah, because everybody was actually pretty curious about the movie, and I could actually say this very very proudly actually. From the beginning to the end, there's so much laughter and there's so much tears as well.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, and that in my way as well, right? I really wanted to actually also showcase the beauty of Islam. When I say the beauty of Islam, right? Okay, I feel a bit my heart thumping a bit because people can actually misconstrue. Then people are going to say how Islamic could it be? When the subject matter itself is that. So okay, I'm very curious to actually know, Jahir. Yeah, your thoughts on this. Why is a film deemed being un-Islamic? When we actually touch on.
I was about to ask the question, but thank you for putting him. Yeah. Mr. Here, maybe you would like to take the question.
Okay, I think the mention statement LGBTQIA, whatever effect that that's now about.
Yes.
Talking about gender, about the latest account was about 142.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, anyway. There's this little I use the word reservation.
Okay.
As that term is that the lifestyle is concerned. So anything to do with that, people normally put a handbrake. Okay. And of course, in my work, when I say my work, really I do face with these people, whether in Singapore or in the region or even up to Europe. First, I must say, not many people understand what these things are all about. Okay, but they have a rough idea. Okay, this is about Nabil Lut. The Prophet Lut.
Okay, right.
And roughly they also know that this is something which Islam prohibits. Of course, there are some narratives in Islam among Muslims themselves, which twist and turn. I used to do twist and turn because I've gone through all the narratives, so to speak, and I don't want to mention names. Okay, but if I can just give you a glimpse, one group belonging to those who believe that a woman can be an imam of men.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And we know the position in Islam. The majority of ulama say no, but there's that group. Well, they have their own narrative, which really twist and turn things. Okay. So the Muslim community in general, they are pretty apprehensive. Anything to do touching with that kind of topic, it is something which they would rather not come near. Okay. Of course, there will be some misconceptions. There will be a lot of prejudgments, all those things. And when you mention about these things, the beauty of Islam just now, I understand. Sometimes as filmmakers, I'm not a filmmaker, but I was involved in the arts for a long time. Since primary school.
Okay.
So roughly, I can understand where certain arts people come from. And one of my close friends, whatever what was. So roughly I can understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Okay, they want to present things in a way which not common people don't really do.
Okay.
And their idea of putting across something which demonstrate love for Islam, whatever, all those beautiful values of Islam, they can do it in a very different way. You need to see the whole thing to really understand sometimes. Of course, I've come across also the idea of putting across Islam as something beautiful may not be packaged in a way that reflect the true values of Islam, probably because of lack of certain knowledge of the person who produced such things. I give you an example. Currently, you hear a lot about the concept of wasati. Wasati or wasatiyah.
So possibly for our listeners, what does it mean?
It means
moderate
taking
Islam.
a moderate stand.
Okay.
Because Islam, they say is moderate. Yeah, agree. I totally support the approach for wasatiyah. That one. It's a very important approach, especially in today's context. We hear a lot about extremism, all these things. So I think introducing wasatiyah is very important. Except there have been some misrepresentation.
Okay.
Wasatiyah doesn't mean you accept sins to be okay.
Okay.
Accepting sins to be okay is not part of wasatiyah.
Right.
It is not being moderate. Being moderate means, chill lah, babe. Okay, we understand certain things are sinful, certain things are not. And our attitude towards life, towards religion itself, it has to be based on the revelations and also the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And you don't go beyond that. You go beyond that, you could either go to the left or to the right. When you follow exactly, that's wasatiyah. You have proper guidance. That's what Islam is all about, overall moderation. But if you represent wasatiyah to be, I'm going to use another word, commonly used, inclusive.
Okay.
I think I found that also in the description of the film Salam.
Gembira.
Yeah, but this is where I would like to interject. Check here.
Yes.
You should have watched the movie then. Seriously. Yeah, because in the movie, we are not saying that this gay lifestyle. I really hate to use the word lifestyle here. Yeah, so being gay and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
It's actually accepted by Islam. We did not put
good.
that in.
No.
That's one. And
Yes.
also another thing as well, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that we actually really very, very mindful of, right? Is that when we actually showcase the Muslims, the parents, and the friends, right? We take utmost care, so that they can actually so-called preserve their Islamic beliefs and everything like that without having to actually to compromise.
Right. So could we allow here to answer the first part of your statement just now?
Yeah.
You about to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So basically about wasatiyah, I wasn't really referring to your movie per se, but I've seen how sometimes people misrepresent the idea of wasatiyah to include things which in the first place Islam don't accept.
Okay.
And they say by accepting, you are part of wasatiyah. You are taking the wasatiyah footpath.
Okay.
Which I think it is a misunderstanding and misrepresentation in the first place.
I mean, I kind of get what you're talking about because I have read of certain authors, and I mean they do tend to be English-speaking Muslim authors from like the Western universities that kind of do research into, and I mean they tend to come with more minority opinions, like you said, like their opinions are definitely not majority. Who, for example, like I said, try to reinterpret religious text or religious teachings basically to be more encompassing of certain other social trends. So I think that's kind of what you're talking about, right? Like some of these so-called
Moderate
preachers or whatever.
views to be more
So
inclusive.
within the context of LGBTQ stuff,
the
I've
theme,
come across some argument. You are only moderate. You are only taking the middle path when you accept. I'm not referring to your movie per se. No, when you actually accept that people are born into it and let them be.
I see.
Whereas science, I've done a lot of research. Okay, I've even come up with programs to actually help asatiza, local and overseas, to understand from the scientific point of view, not just the Islamic Quranic hadith, no, but from the scientific point of view, no one is born whatever.
Right. So,
For example,
okay. Your ideologies aside, I'm going to pull back the conversation into the movie per se. So your issue in a nutshell is how it's packaged right now in a scene where it's in a cinema here in Singapore. You felt it should be a bit more closed door, and the availability to watch this maybe shouldn't be so widespread, or is that the issue that you have?
I think I can understand where he's coming from. Where I thought the thing is this, within the scene itself, whether pro or against LGBT, that thing itself. Sometimes people just talk about it from afar. They don't go in. So that's the little problem. You name it now. Whoever, if you don't go inside, talk to people, really work, people have misconceived ideas a lot. I've come across a lot. I just give you an example. If only the movie, this one movie maker, I cannot talk too much, but because you have your own, ideas for putting things across. But how nice if there is a movie, can still talk about LGBT, no problem. But put across the struggles of those who want to return to fitrah.
I see. So let's say if you were to make a movie, Mr. Hir,
I will go into that.
it will be like that.
Something like that. Because
Okay.
the struggles are real.
I see.
You've met these kind of people.
Of course I've met.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And when I make a distinction between strugglers. Strugglers are people who really want to go back, but they do not know how. They are seeking for help, and eventually, when they decide, they take tough steps to come back to fitrah, to back to nature lah. Not those who only say ni lah, okay lah, we are one, then they still go to all those whatever. Because I've come across really guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen who actually went there and they want to come back.
You're listening to Plan B Podcast. The opinions expressed and shared on this podcast are of our own. Welcome to planb.sg.
Stop this right here.